friends, this is Jazz, finally bringing you the Halloween special. I don't know if it's going to be on Halloween or a little bit later, but this is meant for Halloween. Now, this video I'm doing is kind of, not unique. I'm sure people have talked about it before, but games that seem at first kind of innocent enough, but then turn out really, really dark. But I also am going to use the moniker that games that look sweet and innocent, even if you kind of have a foreword that it's not going to be sweet and innocent. So, also, spoilers for these games. I am going to probably spoil a lot of these games, so if you don't want to know anything about the games, turn this off now, but I'll also give you a little bit of a heads up. The first game I'm going to talk about is pretty well known, Doki Doki Literature Club, so if you don't want to be spoiled on it, don't watch this section. It starts off with you being the only male in a literature club full of females, and it seems all sweet, like imagine what type of guy, all these ladies, right? And you woo them with poetry, but then it turns really dark within at least 10 minutes into the game. A lot of it is with mental health issues as well, so if you're sensitive, don't play this game. It does kind of give you a warning, so it is kind of spoiled, but it's going to be something a little bit different, but just by the start of it, you would not know, right? And that's another thing that's going to be in this video. There's going to be games that you might kind of get an inkling it might not be completely innocent, but just by the look in the start, you would think you were wrong by your initial assessment of it. But yeah, again, Doki Doki Literature Club is probably one of the best twist-known games, ever, in my opinion. Now, I'm going on to the game that kind of warranted you might kind of get an idea from the beginning, but by the looks in the first few minutes of it, you wouldn't know. And again, spoiler for this game, Blood Money. Now, with the name Blood Money, you would think, well, of course it's going to be a little dark, but it's all cartoon and animated, and it starts innocently at first by you tickling Harvey, and, well, yeah, you end up getting money by other extreme means in the end of it, so, yeah. And its sequel, Blood Money 2, but it's not called that. I have a hard time pronouncing the name. Human Expenditure Experiment. And so that's even worse in a way, because it seems like you're taking care of Harvey like a little pet. And it seems so innocent until you see her point of view. So, I mean, if you had already played Buddy, then you know it's not as innocent. But, yeah, it's pretty much showing his torture from his wife's side. So it's even worse because the one person he trusted had betrayed his trust completely. But from your way of playing it, you're not doing the dark things in this game. She is. You're doing so. You're taking care of Harvey to make sure he's fed and entertained, and you think, oh, what a charming little game, until you know it's not, right? And this game that I'm going to talk about now, spoilers again, I never played it yet, but I own it, Bug Snacks. Now, really, Bug Snacks is innocent in some ways. You don't initially see how dark it is. It's the idea that's dark. You have to feed your friends, you're recruiting them, you're looking for a lost professor, I believe, or a doctor. And at first it's innocent enough. I mean, I guess it's kind of dark that you're catching creatures for people to eat. But, I mean, people have hunted way back, for food. And they were creatures at the time. But what is dark is that these creatures, again, spoilers, possess these people. In a way. It's kind of one of those situations where you lose yourself, almost like becoming like a virus. It takes over you, and that is what's dark about it. Not the initial, and that's another point. It's not an initial, dark game, really. It's like a creature collecting into some degree as well. So and it's all colorful and all that. It's just the idea, right? And the story twist that is dark. Like, if people know they're going in, it's not really as dark to them. And again, it's somewhat difficult, so I sort of regret getting it that way, but I'm going to try to play it one day. But I know the story from watching videos. It's just dark in that way. Like, some of these games are kind of hard to describe and hard to justify whether they're knowingly dark already. Another game that at first doesn't seem so dark by the initial title, but you will know at least 5 to 10 minutes into the game. Spoilers again for this game, Cooking Companions. Now guys, going into it, watching videos, you know it's dark, but if you've played this game without any spoilers whatsoever, oh gosh. Honestly guys, this is probably one of the darkest games in a sense, next to Doki Doki Literature Club, for content-wise. So, this video again is not for kids. Not for kids. It's going to be hard to even, talk about this game without getting flagged on YouTube. But a bunch of, foreigners, I believe, they're from, I forget what country they're from, maybe Russia? But they end up at a person's house, right? And again, at the first, there's different sections, right? You play a game through one time where it seems like it's a planned trip with friends. But things go wrong with the weather and the food rations go out and they have to go to extreme measures to survive. And yeah, most of them don't survive. So it's like one of those horror games in that, like movies in that sense of the word. And again, spoilers for this game. And when you play through again, you learn that the person who was doing the cooking and all that wasn't so innocent to begin with, and that they just showed up out of the blue. They kind of got lost and stranded, and he welcomed them to stay. But you already know the guy's intentions. Like, he's a serial K. It's a messed up thing. It seems so sweet and innocent at first, but then it turns into one of those crazy, insane situations where the person that you're playing as is pretty much psychotic. So it's one of those games that it's hard to talk about on YouTube. Same with Doki Doki Literature Club for the subject matters of it. But it's one of those twist games in a way. One little bonus game that I just thought about that I'll bring up to you, Kindergarten. Guys, the name Kindergarten, you think, oh, it's going to be a charming little game about a bunch of kids. No. We'll say it's one of those games that is well known, and the name of its title would make you think, oh, sweet and innocent, and the animation and the bunch of kids, oh, sweet and innocent. Well, they say it goes from seemingly innocent to kids dying. Yeah, it grows ways and morbid ways, and then it turns out that it's a world-ending thing. It's one of those games I played on my channel, and it's wonderfully twisted in a way. I don't know how I just thought of this game now as a contender in this, but no, it's a game not for kids, not sweet and innocent at all, but so much fun. There's 2 sequels, which I gotta play the second one. I own it. I have no excuse. I have it on my list to play. But the series in general is not an innocent, sweet game. Now, the last game that I do have to talk about is, I would consider not a game. It's kind of a web browser game, at least I think it is. It might be an actual game. Can Your Pet. Now guys, you could argue Can Your Pet isn't, the name itself isn't so sweet and innocent, but the gameplay starts off that way. Spoilers for that, and spoilers for Kindergarten, but I forgot to say that. You start off sweet and innocent, feeding your pet, playing with your pet. You fall in love with your pet, and oh, a fun bicycle. Bye-bye, pet. Yeah. I know, the way I said it sounded like I was making it sound entertaining, and I'm sorry. Like, it's a game that kind of really hits a nerve to me in a way, knowing now that I've lost 2 pets. I mean, I lost pets before, but my actual first experience feeling it, right? And it's not as funny now with that in mind to me, but and I may have made it sound funny, but it isn't. But it's just, what is funny about it is just how, we'll say it doesn't get dark to the very end. That's one of those things that you seem so sweet and innocent, and it's the ending that gets to you, right? Not the whole game itself, but the ending. And the game developers knew this was going to happen. Imagine if a kid played this game. And it's a lot more accessible for kids to play than these other games are. Because for one, it's free. I believe, again, it's a web browser, and I'll have to do some research on that. So you don't have the paywall and the parents to check this out. So unless a parent watched YouTube videos and saw the kid played it right away, there's no way that a poor kid would know this unless they watch a lot of YouTube too, but then they would be mortified of that video. So this, in a sense, I think is one of the darkest of them all in that way, that kids can easily access it. The only game that I could say that could be just as worrying would be Doki Doki Literature Club, because there's a free version of it for kids to download on Steam. So there's no paywalls for that. Every other game that I can think about is, oh wait, no, yeah, Blood Money is like that too, but the name Blood Money. Guys, parents could see that, Blood Money. No, kid, you're not going near that. Right, that's the thing, like, Blood Money is free, so is the Human Expenditure Program. So, okay, those 4 games kids could get access to, by not having to go through a paywall and ask parents for money. But I could argue that at least the Blood Money games have a morbid word attached to it, that a parent would be looking at it like, you're not touching that game. It says the word blood. There has to be something in it that's wrong. But yeah, but the point is to can your pets. Yeah, that could go really wrong with kids. But yeah, those are just some games that I thought about that have a almost innocent, look to it. Even some gameplay that could go really wrong very, very quickly, especially the last one. So yeah, I'm sorry if this was past Halloween, but I really just had to think of the right way to do it, and I have to get the footage because this is a narrated video, not a Jazz shows her face video, so I have to do all that editing. But I've done a lot of videos before for Halloween, and I'm running out of ideas, so I don't know if you'll see one next year. It just depends. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel and like what you see, please subscribe and help this channel a lot. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And I'll see you guys in my next video.